Federer and Me, A Story of Obsession, by Will Skidelsky, read by Gunnar Cauthery. London, Sunday, 6th of July, 2014. I wake up late, with a question in my head. Will I be going to the Wimbledon final? Before yesterday, this wasn't something I'd even considered. On Friday, when he won his semi against Milos Raonic, 3-6-4 sets, surprisingly straightforward, I was so happy, so stunned that he was in the final, that I barely gave a thought to the possibility of my being there. But now I'm desperate to make it if I can. I've watched Federer play live about 20 times over the years, and 9 times in just the past month. But I've never seen him play a Grand Slam final. Surely this is my one opportunity. He'll never make it to another major final, at least not one I have a hope of going to. And if he does win, not likely, admittedly, how great to be able to say, I was there. All in all, it has to be done. But how? Needless to say, I don't have a ticket. Centre court tickets are notoriously hard to get hold of at the best of times. For the final, they're virtually unobtainable. The usual fallback, queuing, isn't an option. The All England Club doesn't release turnstile tickets from the semis onwards. For understandable reasons, the queues would be absurd. Basically, to attend a Wimbledon final, you have to be one of 4 things: extremely lucky in the public ballot, extremely well connected, extremely rich, a member of the royal family. Sadly, none of these applies to me, although my mother did discover that she is distantly related to Camilla Parker Bowles. The debentures are, of course, a possibility, and I haven't ruled them out. Most Wimbledon tickets are strictly non-transferable. In other words, the person who buys them has to be the one who uses them. The club strictly enforces this, or claims to. Debentures are different. Basically, it's a system of seat leasing. You buy a 5-year debenture, the current cost for centre court debs is £50,000, which entitles you to all the tickets for a particular pair of seats during that period. And these tickets, unlike others, are yours to do what you want with. You can give them to friends, you can sell them on, and the debenture holders often do the latter, raking in tidy sums. A pair of centre court debenture tickets for a normal day typically goes for 2,000 or 3,000. For the men's final, the figure is up near 10 grand. In 2013, when Andy Murray won, there were rumours of pairs of tickets swapping hands for £30,000. In other words, debentures not only enable their holders to see lots of tennis, they can be a smart investment. Making pleasure profitable, an old English talent. For the last 24 hours, I've been keeping tabs on the various websites on which debenture tickets are sold, in the hope that some strange market anomaly will result in one suddenly becoming available at a less than stratospheric price. This hasn't happened. The cheapest single ticket I've found is £4,000. I'm still tempted. I happen, unusually for me, to have a bit of cash in the bank. Not a huge amount, but enough to cover the ticket. And I probably would go ahead were it not for one thing: the thought of having to tell my wife. She's currently away in Suffolk with our 2-year-old son. She is 8 months pregnant. She's already cross with me because I was supposed to be joining them yesterday, but I postponed on the off chance that I managed to get to the final. If, in addition, she discovers that I've spent £4,000 on a ticket, well, I can't imagine her response would be sanguine. You've done what? Spent how much? Our savings, our children's future, frittered away on some fucking tennis match? No, that avenue is definitely closed. But there is one other option: the touts. As at all major sporting events, the touts come out in force for Wimbledon. I've often seen them myself near Southfield's tube station, lurking outside cafes, loitering by advertising hoardings. Mostly the polished hordes who process up Wimbledon Park Road don't give them so much as a second glance. The tennis-watching public aren't interested in their furtive queries, their wheeler dealings. Got any tickets you want to sell, mate? Need to get into centre court? But there's surely something a bit odd about the touts at Wimbledon. How, after all, can they exist? If, as the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?